and I'm there from the last 7.5 years. I'm a senior consultant taking care of all technical aspects of this product. I'm based in New Delhi, India, and was earlier part of the global team for some time in US also. We got a head office in either India, New York, and then offices throughout the world. This Asia Pacific is handled from the Singapore office, and we got offices all over India. Now Bangladesh has been handled from India, and I will be taking care, and there are some other sales guys who will be responsible for the business in Bangladesh. And then the partners we have in Bangladesh like Aamra, who will be locally helping you with these solutions afterwards if you have any queries. And we got a distributor Reddington also a part of our team. Now, I was mentioning about the product. It's all about it's software. I know today you have been going through a lot of sessions, and there are a lot of other products and other companies there, but I believe only our company is presenting the software today. And from the software side, CE has got a big portfolio. It's more than 450 products. If you ask me all of them, I'm not aware totally because my job is only for part of disaster recovery management solution, and that comes under the ARCserve family. Now, ARCserve itself has built its own company. We recently, in August, built our own brand, our own organization. So we are almost out of CA now, and the products and the people are same, but we are now as a separate unit within CA. Now, as I mentioned about the product ARCserve, ARCserve is not a product. It used to be a product, but now it's a family of the products which includes the backup, disaster recovery, and high availability solution. I'm really sorry if I be more technical during the session because there are a lot of jargons coming in the product. I will try to avoid more technical jargons within my presentation, but there will be certain. If you are not able to understand, feel free to ask me. Anytime. Stop me in between, ask me any questions. I want this session to be more interactive. That will help both of us, you as well as me, to know more about what I need to do in this region, and how I will make sure that you people get knowledge of the product. So without waiting for more time, we'll go ahead and start with the presentation first. So my agenda for today, it was a little bit different, but now looking at the people and the big chance which I got today, I'm really happy to see a lot of people presenting this session. Now we'll start with the presentation. We'll go with why these solutions are needed and what are there given from the ARCserve to address these needs. And then after the lunch, for people who are really interested to know the product, I want to run the live demo sessions. So I got the labs on my machine as well as and some labs remotely I'm managing here. So anything you want to know in the product, I got a live demos, I got a live environments, you can go ahead and look into it. So that we'll do after lunch. So my motto is to finish the presentation by 1:15. So I will only keep you 15 minutes wait for your lunch. So we'll go for the lunch by 1:15, and we'll keep a lunch break from 1:15 to 2, and from 2 we'll go with the demo session, provided what the time will be given by Aamra to me. And people, if I'm not able to accommodate your queries here, but I'm available in upstairs, you can come to me and ask any queries later also. Okay. Is the name of the product family, and we'll look in what comes within the ARCserve. And now let's understand these two important terms. It will be definitely a little bit technical for some people who have not heard this, or for some it might be a repetitive. But I need to go through these two important terms which comes into the backup and DR business, and then we'll jump into the products. These two terms which we hear a lot, if you are in the IT and you are IT managers and belong to that particular industry, then you might have heard of RTOs and RPOs. What are these RTOs and RPOs? It's like RPO has become so common in the last decade. Whenever you go to any product, you will say, I want zero RPO. But is the zero RTO really possible or not? We'll learn that also today. RTO is recovery time objective. But in layman language, I will call it as a downtime. Downtime. Now, downtime of a server, downtime of an application, or downtime of a business. It can be anything. Right? Now, downtime is always measured from the time the user lost his connection with the application till the time the users will get the connection back. No matter what the IT is doing from behind. I'm the user, I'm working on some website, say it's online website. Say Amazon.com. I'm working on the Amazon site goes down. And it comes back after 6 hours. So its downtime is 6 hours. So you can say RTO is 6 hours. Now RTO, of course every company wants this RTO as minimal as possible. So it depends on the criticality of the application and the criticality of the server. If the server is very, very critical, for example, the mail servers, the database servers, the web servers, SAPs, and all those critical servers in your organization, you want the downtime as minimal as possible, correct? If I say you are working in the finance or you are working in the banking, and I will say your customer database server, it can go down for 6 hours. Can you run the business? No. It's a huge loss. So you want the downtime for such critical servers as minimal as possible. And the second term, RPO. Then what's RPO? Recovery point objective. Recovery point objective, again in the layman language, I call it as a data loss. Might be you got your server up and running within 5 minutes. The user who was working on the server, is a billing solution, and you are doing a billing and all. So it went down and it's back after 5 minutes. But once it's back after 5 months, you found that the whole day of work on this server is lost. That's also very important. Not only the time, but also the data which was sitting on it is very important. It should be available to the point where it was broken. So if the server got lost by, say, in the 10 a.m. in the daytime, you should have all the data. Say it comes back by 11, but you should have all the data till 10 a.m. available. So you usually use, you update a file server or your AD server. You add a user, like whenever the new employee joins the company, then you add his user or some other things. But such servers, zero RPO is not really needed. If you have RPO of 5-6 hours also, that can work. Now we need to definitely understand these terms, very important, and then just correlate it with the application, with the systems in your industry, and think, are you having the proper RPO defined for your applications as of now? If you are IT manager, it's your duty. If you're a CTO, it's your duty to define the two columns. My application, it's RTO, it's RPO. And based on that, the disaster management, recovery management, a backup solution can be defined. I hope that's clear, the RTO terms. These two terms are clear for everyone. The major reason is, in last 1 decade, this complexity has grown such huge. When this virtualization came into the picture, cloud came into the picture, people are moving drastically from physical to virtual. And then to cloud. I was there in China a few months ago, and there were some other members also from my organization. There was a person from UK, and the question was told to everyone that in your continent, how much virtualization, like how much percentage of physical and virtual you found in the organization or in the customer premises. And the same question was asked to the guy from EMEA, UK, and he said that in EMEA the trend is like 80% virtualization, 80% virtual and 20% physical. I was surprised to hear that. And the same question was asked to me. I said, no, in my region like India and Bangladesh, it's like 20% virtual and 80% physical as of now. That's what I see. Been in the industry from last 3 years. Now, but it has changed. It is going to change. Definitely. We are also going to reach that peak. In our continent also, we will see that ratio will level up. We might also go to 80% virtualization and 20% physical. And these changes, when it's happening in the organization, they need to change the solution also, which they have like the backup solution for their environment. So we need to look for such backup disaster recovery and such recovery management solution which takes care of both physical as well as virtual, as well as cloud, as well as other things which has come into the market. I will come in, these things will come into the picture, or these terms, once I go into the slides. So, now coming to the next thing, and this talks again about the complexity, where the complexity has broken. So majorly because of multiple solutions, you got a mix and match of the applications, the databases, the mailing solution, and then physical virtual, then you got a Windows, non-Windows platform. Now, what happens usually, and again, this talks about the growth and virtualization. Like virtualization is growing. I already talked about this particular thing. But majorly, this slide I should cover here. What happens in the industry usually, I've seen in the complex environments or these organizations, for data protection, for the same job, they have multiple solutions. For protecting the machines which are running with the Intel platform, they have one solution. For machines which are running on the other processors, like RISC processors, they have a different solution. For virtual machines, now they are putting a different solution. For disaster recovery and HA, they have a different solution. Now, when multiple solutions come into the picture, it is difficult to manage them. And they are not integrated at all. But finally, they are all doing the same job, which is data protection. Might be backup, might be DR, might be replication, might be HA, might be clustering. What ARCserve has came up in last 1 decade, or majorly from 2010, we thought of integrating our solution into a single piece. And that's what we came up last year with the solution, namely ARCserve UDP, Unified Data Protection. And that's what, when you got the invitation about this event, what I heard, integrate everything with the help of ARCserve UDP, Unified Data Protection. Now, in UDP, what we define is, and our punchline goes a little bit different than what other data protection companies say. We say that we have a single integrated solution for backup, disaster recovery, and that's it. And for both your physical and virtual environment, be it on Windows or non-Windows. We are nearly there. I will not say that we are 100% there. We are there at 80% level. We'll be going to 100% very soon, because that's what we want to do for our customers. We want to give them a single console. From a single console, they should be able to protect their Windows, non-Windows, physical, virtual, multiple customers, and do all the jobs. Do all the jobs, like backup and sending a data to a DR, getting a data from branch office to the head office, and making sure the data is available, understanding their RTOs and RPOs. That's what our product is going to do. To reduce the risk, to reduce the complexity in our environment, and to make it as simple as possible for you. Now, before going into this, I will ask one question to you. Why is the backup important? So this is for the people who I have seen, like they will say, well, the backup solution is really needed. In my company, I have my laptop. I know on my laptop also I have some important data. What I do is by the end of day or by the end of the week, I just copy my PSD and paste it somewhere. I just copy the data. Backup finally does the same thing. You just copy the data and paste it somewhere else, correct? Backup. Copy paste is also a backup. Why I need a product for this? Why I need to spend X amount or such a big amount for just doing a copy paste? That might be a question from you or from your organization. But boss, it's not so easy. You can do a copy paste for your laptop or for your file servers, but what about your application servers? For example, I have a laptop and I have Excel or Tally running on it. Of course, Excel is running on everybody's laptop, or PSD is running on everyone's laptop. Can I go and delete that PSD when it's running? Can I delete it? You might have heard, like, I have this Excel sheet open, and in a backend I try to do something on the Excel. It says no, the application is already locked by some other processor. So it's not easy to copy and paste every data, like a database data, Oracle data. You cannot just copy and paste it somewhere else. You need to shut down your production, then only you can do it. Say I have a 1 terabyte of Oracle database running a billing solution, other thing, SAP and all. Now, in order to copy this 1 terabyte of data, you need a lot of efforts. One is it's not possible when it's being used by users. Second thing is not possible to maintain the inventory. You need to get the reporting also. When you go for a backup solution, it gives you everything in an automated way. Automated way is, the major benefit of the backup solution is it talks to the application in an online fashion. It allows you to do the same copy paste but in online fashion. When I say online, that means you don't need to shut down the application. If your Oracle server is being used by users, our software can go at the same time and can do the same copy paste, which you cannot do manually. It can do it for a mail server, it can do for any application, because we are application consistent. We got that piece of a software which can talk to the application and can do a backup in an online file. That's very important. And then what else we can do from a backup software? Lot of things. First thing is the manageability. Say you got 200 servers. When you want to do it manually, it's very important. You might not know what you have missed and what you have not missed. The backup software have a complete reporting. It can do everything in an automated fashion. It can talk to the server and do a backup on a scheduled fashion, and then restore also in an automated way, an online fashion. That's why the backup software is very much needed. And if you talk about our backup software, ARCserve, and this slide says that we are 21 now. 21 years old product. We are doing the backup from last 21 years. Since the days when there was a mainframe and then microprocessor based computers and all those things. The old name of this product was Cheyenne. You can check on the internet, Cheyenne software. And then CA acquired it in 82 or 83. No, sorry, I forgot. I think is it 80s only? I think 89 around. Yeah. And then CA renamed this product as Bright Store, and then it was long time it was known as a Bright Store. You can hear still a lot of people who are working in the IT industry from ACE, they know this product, because earlier this was the only product backup. And then there was also Symantec those days. So Bright Store. It's still, we have a people, even though we have a different name now, but people still remember this product as a Bright Store. And then we renamed the product as ARCserve Backup. Now, industry changed a lot. We used to have a normal backup solution. See, backup is there in the industry from last more than 2 decades. A backup solution is majorly, in old days it was always to do take a raw format of data. Users used to write a lot of data, and then backup solution will go take it in a raw format and put it on the tape libraries, because always it was using their tape libraries. And then other things came into the picture. See, in backup disaster recovery solution, we need to understand 4 important things. One is what you are protecting. What you are protecting. A piece of a data, a number of a servers, a number of applications. So that is known as the customer's intellectual property. What you are protecting. And second thing also important to understand is where you are protecting. Where you are protecting. You can protect, in old days it was always a tapes. Put a data and put it on those big tapes and save those tapes somewhere. But now the trend has changed. People are moving out from the tapes and going to the disk because this has so much scalable, so much robust, so much fast and all those things, the benefits of this. But people are okay to put their data on the disk. So you have a NAS, you have a SAN, all these things have come into the picture. You have unified boxes. But you can protect it on the disk, you can protect it on the tape, and you can also protect it over the cloud. This is a new trend now. People want to protect it off premises, over the cloud. What you are protecting, where you are protecting. And the third thing also very important to understand is it really recoverable or not? How you want to recover it. For example, I backed up a machine like a database server, a big server. I backed it up somewhere. It is having a huge data. Or I backed a big file server which is of 2-3 terabytes. You should have a functionality of restoring a whole machine back if the whole machine got crashed. But what if in Active Directory only one user is lost? Say some user who left the company and he now rejoined the company. And you want to restore his attributes, if people might know. Or, I will talk about the layman language, mails, everybody knows, okay? I have a mail, I have a lot of mails. Now your XYZ, your DGM comes to you and he says that I lost the mail of last month. It's not there, by mistake got my deleted. Give me that mail back. Now you will tell him, okay boss, it's going to take 2 days to get that mail back. Because I need to recover all the data from the tapes, which is a bunch of data, and then after recovery is your DGM's mailbox, and once recovering the DGM's mailbox, you need to find out that mail, which is a little bit difficult with the old solutions. But now the solutions are so much intelligent that with a single click you can recover that single email of your DGM. This is known as a granular recovery. So recovery should be a system level, it should be a granular level, we call it as an application level, it should be a file folder level. So recovery at a granular file folder, application, mail level, server level should also be taken into consideration when you choose a proper backup solution. One is what you are protecting, where you are protecting, and what recovery options it gives you. Sync replication, clustering. So these are all the terms which should be taken into the consideration when you look for a proper recovery management solution. Now I was talking about our solution. ARCserve, I started with the Cheyenne, and from Cheyenne to Brightstore, and from Brightstore to ARCserve backup, and now we call it as the ARCserve Unified Data Protection, which is in fact the launch of last year itself. This year. Last year we started development, we started this, we launched it this year early. Now, ARCserve as a company, as I talked, we are now a separate company. We were part of CA, now we are a separate company. We got a headquarters in USA, and then we got offices all over the world, you can say. And our development is majorly done in USA, China, and India, and we got a 24/7 support, which is again throughout the world. We got a sales office in more than 20 countries. You can see 43,000 customers all over the globe. What a good reach. Again, our company is now backed up. Earlier it was backed up by like a CA. Now Merlin Equity is one of the biggest firms in US. They've acquired, you can say, ARCserve. We are backed up by that particular equity firm, Merlin. So that's what I mean to say, that our solution want to make sure that you collaborate or integrate everything, multiple vendors, multiple solutions, multiple RTOs, RPOs, and this complexity into a single solution known as UDP. That is what our motive is. So that you will have a one solution, one vendor, one console, or one job for protecting everything. Now, this is a very good slide, which is going to be a little tacky for some, but I will try to make it a little simple. So, majorly, look at the big organizations. Okay, they usually have a primary site and then branch offices. Every company, like we also have a head office in US, and then we got multiple offices in different countries. Right. Now, we are going to give, the ARCserve gives you an integrated solution which allows you not to protect a data only for a single site. You can protect a data for a multiple sites within a single solution. So you have a primary site, you protect a data in the primary site, and then you have a remote sites, or we call it as a branch offices. You also protect a data from a branch offices. You can also then send the data over to the cloud or to the MSPs like Aamra and others. Might be certain companies doesn't have a DR site, and then they tie up with certain MSPs and tell them that we want to make your site as a DR site. That's also possible within our solution. Or you can send the data over to the cloud like Amazon, Azure, you know these clouds, these are public clouds, like Microsoft provides Azure cloud. Amazon has a very good cloud. We also support them. Now, what this slide says is like, okay, let's keep this slide for later on. Once we understand the product, then we'll talk more about this slide, how we are actually helping you to protect the data in the primary site and in multiple sites, and also send that data out to the cloud. So we got a solution in all these 6 categories. If you say backup and recovery, business continuity, disaster recovery, protecting the virtualization, and capacity optimization, cloud and small business. I will directly go into the solutions now, and I will start with our latest solution, which is the Unified Data Protection, UDP. UDP, we had earlier a product which we again developed within the CA. Now first let me tell you, there are 3 products within ARCserve. One is the ARCserve backup, which is there in the industry from last 20 years. Majorly for backing up your critical application onto the tapes. The architecture of the ARCserve backup is something like this. You got a dedicated backup server on which you will connect your tape library or some NAS or something, and then it comes with the clients. You put a client onto the multiple operating systems. Say you want to protect a Windows machine, you got a Windows client. You want to protect a Linux machine, you put a Linux client on it. You want to protect a virtual machine, you have a client for it. Fine. Now from the backup server you define a policy that every day, say 8 p.m., any data coming into the Windows machine should be backed up onto the tape. Any data coming onto the Oracle database should be backed up onto the tape. Any data coming into the virtual machine should be protected. So from the single console you are defining, this is known as a backup job. You define a backup job, now software will automatically, as per the schedule, it will go and talk to that machine and get the data and send it to tape. You will have proper reports whether the backup was successful or not. Now with this you are sure that my data is being backed up and it's safe in some way. Correct? If tomorrow the data is lost, you can recover it. This ARCserve backup solution is still there. We support Windows as well as non-Windows platform. Later we launched a product known as D2D in 2009 and we call this as a ARCserve D2D, disk to disk backup technology. Now this ARCserve D2D is renamed to ARCserve UDP, Unified Data Protection. What it does is, this particular solution said that, okay, earlier we need to define that in a machine what data we want to protect. You want to protect these Oracle files, these SQL databases, these mail servers. Now in the UDP we are saying that, okay, we will protect a whole box. In ARCserve UDP, we have an agent which will go into all the clients. Say you want to protect 10 machines. There are 10 machines in your organization, there are 20 machines in your organization. What you will do in all 20 machines, you install our component UDP, and then there is going to be a dedicated backup server. As per the policy, again, it will go to that machine and back up the whole box. It is something taking an image of that box. Okay, everybody knows a Xerox or a photograph. Fine. So I have a page. When I do a Xerox of this page, I will get everything on the other page. Right? Same way, what I am doing is I am taking an image of that machine and storing it somewhere. You can store it anywhere. You can store it on the local disk, you can store it on the NAS, you can store it on the SAN, any disk you can store it. And then you can migrate it also on the tapes. Now, doing a snapshot or an image of that machine which you want to product. Say you have a 10 machine, you did the image of all the 10 machines. Now the benefit is that if tomorrow this server is lost, you just need to say that, okay, I want to restore it. Get the image back and whole machine will come back. There are a lot of functionalities. I will come into these terms. This might be a little bit difficult term. We call it as a bare metal recovery. BMR. In the industry as a BMR. BMR means if my server is cracked, I should be able to recover a whole server back on the similar or a dissimilar hardware. Might be earlier your server was running on the Dell XXXX series. This server is lost, but you have done a backup using our UDP solution. Now you have functionality of restoring it on the same hardware without installing the operating system also. You just need to tell him it comes with a bootable CD, you have to make it one time. You boot a machine with that bootable CD, everything will come back within an hour max. Everything will come back, including your data, OS, user settings, policies and everything. You can recover it on the same hardware. If the same hardware is not present, you have a dissimilar hardware. Now you have a machine from HP or IBM. You can recover it on the dissimilar hardware also. You can also recover it on a virtual machine. Earlier the machine was running on a physical. Now physical is not possible. You can recover it on a virtual. That functionality is there. The benefit we will get using this functionality is we are always safe that if server is got lost, I can recover it within no time. And I have a functionality of recovering it on both physical as well as a virtual platform. This solution UDP works for all Windows operating systems, be it a server, be it a client. Now in your organization you have a 25 important desktops. The desktops of your or laptops of your CTOs, DGMs, GMs and all. Their laptop is also very critical, correct? You want to protect everything on their laptop. Define a policy of doing a backup of their laptop. Again, the benefit of this product is only one time a full backup will happen. For example, my laptop size right now is, I have some 300 GB of use space. The first time when I do a backup of my laptop, it will be 300 GB. Next time, as per policy, if I have a backup scheduled for 8 PM tomorrow, when the backup happens at 8 PM tomorrow, it only finds what are the updated blocks on this machine. Only those updated blocks will be now backed up, not the whole data. It works on a block level technology. Only the updated blocks on the machine will get now backed up. By doing that, you are going to save a lot of space. Yeah, please.
First time they will take the first image.
It will take a full image.
Then after that they will take block by block.
Block by block, incremental value. Incremental value. We call it the incremental, block level incremental. You don't need to do a full backup again, anytime. Only one time full, that's it. It can support your applications also. Now earlier I said that, for example, out of this there was ARCserve. You need a backup, say, every company will have some mail servers. Right? You have a mail server running in your company. What you will do is you will protect this ARCserve using the same UDP. You put in this UDP agent on it, it will do a backup of the whole ARCserve. Now, anytime the ARCserve got crashed, you can recover the whole ARCserve. But it's not necessary that every time the ARCserve will get crashed. Might be only you want to recover a single email, a single mailbox. Your mailbox is corrupted. You are not able to log in. I can just say mailbox of XYZ user, recover it, it will be back in 5 minutes. It can go more granular. It can check a single email also. I have an email coming today at 10 PM which I by mistake deleted. Now I want it back. Go into our console, it shows a user and its mails. You click on the inbox and it will track all the emails. You Just select a single email and reply. Single machines, we got again a little bit more intelligent. That's what it says. First it says that the unified management, it was this particular solution. So unified management console that from a single console. It has got a web-based console. You are on your laptop. You want to manage this solution. You want to see what is protected and what is not. Just open a website. Once you open a website, you get everything there on your laptop. You don't need to go to the backup server to manage everything in the web-based console to make the management easy. It protects your physical and virtual. You might have heard of the company like VM. Have it came to Bangladesh? I'm not sure. You have heard? Okay. VM also does a backup solution, but they can only protect a virtual machine. Why to come with such solution which can only address a specific or certain elements of your environment? Why can't it protect everything? We got a solution not like VM. We protect everything. We protect the bit physical, bit virtual. Again, we are not like a Symantec. Symantec again says, for everybody might have heard of Symantec. Oh, nothing wrong. Symantec is really a good product, but in marketing terminology, if you say the Symantec comment product my environment, they will say, okay, for non-Windows environment, you need to use a net backup. For Windows environment, you need to use a backup exit. For laptops, desktops, you need to use the BSR. 3 products. Again, they are not integrated. 3 products, they have to do all the same job. Why for non-Windows you will go for a net backup from Symantec? For Windows machines, they are saying backup exit. And for laptops, desktop, they are saying that use the BSR. I can do the same job from a single product, UDP. Be it a Windows, be it a non-Windows, be it a laptop, desktop. And get provide the same functionality. Again, when you compare a cost, their cost is like this and our cost is like this. Because we sell a single product, not 3 different products. And that is what they say that it products both physical virtual. Again, host-based VM backup. This very good feature of a product, and we have again invented, because in my initial talk I mentioned a lot of people are going to the virtualization, and when you are going to the virtualization, you want to take a benefit of virtualization. Why do people are going to virtualization? They are going, they want to actually save a lot of things. They want to make it less complex, they want to make it more scalable, they want to save a space, they want to save a power, they want to save a money also with the help of virtualization, right? Now when you are on the virtualization, the backup protection should be the product of a backup, and DR should be like that, which will actually make sure that your virtual machines are protected in a proper way. So what we have is, we got an integration directly with the hypervisors. So people who are technical here can understand. We can talk to, see, when you have a virtual machine, you don't want the more resources of the virtual machine should be utilized. Very less resources should be utilized. We can do an agentless backup for a virtual machine. That means, without installing any software inside a virtual machine, I can protect a virtual machine. We talk directly with a hypervisor. Like VMware has a hypervisor known as ESX, Microsoft has a hypervisor known as Hyper-V. We can talk directly with the hypervisor. Say, single box running with 50 virtual machines, I will not install any software there. Directly from the hypervisor, I can auto-discover all the virtual machines. There are 50 virtual machines, their name, their information, everything, and I can protect in a single job all these 50 virtual machines. And then you have got a functionality. Out of 50, only one is crashed. Something happened to a virtual machine, say recover VM. That VM will come automatically. Restore. So this is a very good feature. This is known as a host-based backup for a virtual machine, not a guest-based. With a host-based backup and agentless backup, both functionality we provide for a virtual machine. The person has heard about VM provided, but only for the virtual machine. We also provide the same functionality. What they provide. Again, very good feature where I have pointed it right now. I was upstairs and the person told me when I was in the bay, a few minutes, I think it's 1 hour ago, someone from you came to me and he said that, why not the storage vendors like Aamra, like EMC, like NetApp, why not those? They also got this feature known as deduplication in their boxes. What we provide is something similar what they provide, but using the software. The benefit is that you don't need to spend again this much amount to buy a EMC box or to buy a tab box, you can go for a normal vendor, any other vendor. Any level of vendor, and with the software we can give the same functionality what they give in the hardware. The mainly I have seen the people going to the data domain of this product, and the major benefit of the data domain is the deduplication. What we do is we also provide a deduplication. Now with our new solution we can do a global deduplication. Now I will give the example of what the global deduplication means. My laptop here, I said that it is having a 300 GB of a use space. Your laptop, for example, it has also got a 400 GB or 300 GB of a use space. Now when I protect your laptop and my laptop with my solution, also UDP, the data from your laptop should come 300 GB and my laptop should come 300 GB. How much total it should be? It should be 600 GB when it's saved on the destination. But no, it will not be 600 GB. It might be again 300 to 350 GB. How? It has got a global deduplication. Any data blocks which are common between your laptop and my laptop, only one block will be saved. Now compare it with the organization having 200 servers, 300 servers, 200 laptops. Then you are getting a data from say 200 servers using our UDP solution and saving it on the disk. Say 200 laptops, say for example 1 GB per machine. So 200 GB. When it comes to the destination, it might, or 200 GB might fit in a 10 GB disk with the help of this global data. One is deduplication. We used to have a deduplication till last year, but this deduplication was a node level. That means any data block common within a system. Say I am protecting Oracle, I am protecting SQL or Exchange. Any data block common between that system, there will be only one entry. But now we got a global deduplication. That means any data block between the multiple hosts also there will be single entry. Now we actually provide a global deduplication not only per site but multiple sites. You got a 4 branch offices and you are protecting your data between the 4 branch offices. When the data is going to come to this particular backup server, it will give a global deduplication. Any data common between this site and the remote site, again a single block of data will be done. By doing this, you are going to save a lot of space on your destination. For example, say protecting 400 machines on a UDP server. One benefit is going to take a very less space. Second benefit is the backup is going to finish like anything. Because when we do, say I protected 300 GB from machine, but when I want to protect his laptop, might be only 10 GB on his laptop is different. The rest of 290 is same. Because OS is usually same, system files are usually same, application files are usually same. When I protect the 2 different laptops, so I need to only pick some amount of data from this machine. I am going to save on the bandwidth also. Because now only less data has to travel over the bandwidth to take a backup of that dedupe data, which is not unique between these two machines. Now this is the benefit of using a global data domain. How data domain gives this, but you need to buy a box from data domain. And when you have a data domain box, you can have multiple data and then again they do a global data domain. But see the cost of the box. Now here I am saying that no, you can have a box from any vendor, not necessarily from data domain or ARCserve. You can have any box and you can achieve the same functionality with the help of the software. And also we support the other features like encryption. We got a multi-thread encryption. That means any data protected from your laptop, you provide a password on it. If you want to say, if anybody wants to restore it, he cannot restore it until and unless he provides the particular password. We have got a 256-bit AES encryption level, which is the highest encryption level in the industry level now. We have a compression also available. Our single software, I was asked in the last training a question, one person said that it is not possible with any vendor to do a compression and deduplication on the same data, but we do both on the same data. I can compress it and also deduplicate it. When I do both the drops, I can save a lot of space. The software first finds the dedupe blocks which are not unique. So on his laptop, between his laptop and my laptop, 300 GB might be it found that 200 GB is common, 100 GB is different. So before taking that 100 GB, it will run one more process on it. That is compression. Now it will compress that 100 GB. Might be that 100 GB will now compress to 3 GB. We will do both the process on the same data, compression as well as encryption. There are other terms these will come into the picture, and of course the application consistent backup. When we are backing up the machine, we understand the application running on it. So we make sure that the application is being backed up in a consistent format, that's online format, without corrupting that database, without corrupting that application. And centralized reporting and alerting. So reporting should be here because anytime you want the reports. That's where the global deduplication slide has come into the picture. I already mentioned you that we provide a global deduplication. We call the server as an RPS server, known as a recovery point server. Now let me complete here also because we got less time. I need to finish a little bit fast. Now this RPS server is the one which will be doing all these jobs, deduplication, compression, and all this. Now say you got two sites. One is in Dhaka and one is in Chittagong. Okay, you got 50 servers in Dhaka, 50 servers in Chittagong. For example, now 50 servers you are protecting with the help of this RPS server, known as the UDP recovery point server. It's taking the image of all 50 and saving it on any NAS. We have some NAS device which is saving there with deduplication and all that. And also in Chittagong you have one more RPS server. Understand this project. It will not take more time, but it will make you more clear understanding on this product. Now in Chittagong you got 50 servers, you are doing a backup there, local image, and there also you have a NAS, you also do a deduplication and data is available there. Now any machine crash it here in the Dhaka office, you can go and run that, what I mentioned, bare metal recovery process, and whole machine will come back, or a single data is lost, you can put the whole data. One more thing we integrated in the same solution is inbuilt replication. Now this ARCserve server, which is having the information about your 50 servers, which has been backed up in Dhaka, and ARCserve server in Chittagong, which is having the backup of locally machines there, they can replicate the data in between automatically. Any data coming to the ARCserve server in Dhaka, it will automatically send that data to Chittagong, and the data will also sit there. And again the Chittagong server will talk to this server and send it there. In a dedo format. In a dedo format, only the unique blocks. That means, if my server is lost, I will recover it here. If my whole site is crashed, I don't need to worry. Because those images are already being replicated to the other office. I can go there and the restore process there and I have my machine is back there also. So this is the second level of recovery we inbuilt it within the solution. One is the local backup inbuilt with the replication, inbuilt with the global deduplication. When it is replicated, it only replicates D2 blocks, those unique blocks, not all the machine. When I back up, only after dedupe it make it 100 GB. So when the replication will happen, only 100 GB will happen, not everything. So there is going to be a lot of benefit using this solution. Within the same solution, you got two important aspects already resolved. One is your local backup and other is your DR. Your DR is also up because the data is also being replicated to the DR side. So this is going to be a benefit of our UDP solution. And also you can, if your company policy says that you also need to have a data on the tapes. A lot of companies have the policy that data is there on the disk, but it should be also on the tapes because of the compliance and other factor. It also have the integration with the tape. Any data going to the disk, you can define a policy. It should also migrate to the tape libraries. It can automatically migrate to the tape libraries, and that's what it says in the last one. So we have including the short. I think that's in the next slide. So we got an integration with the tape as well. Okay, we can skip this slide. Multi-tenant storage. Multi-tenant storage is something like, my brother Khaldas yesterday this question, that what is the multi-tenancy, we have a solution. So multi-tenant solution is, we are not 100%, I cannot say we are 100% multi-tenant, but we are almost there. Where I can define the one storage for, say you got 3 companies within your organization, or you got 3 branch in your organization, where you are saying that the data of my finance team should not go to my marketing team. Then on the RPS server, I can define a data store on the storage. One data store I will create for finance, one data store I will create for marketing. One data store you will create for the one X company and other data store you will create for Y company. Now the data from or the images from this particular organization will only go to its own data store, and the data from other data stores will go to the data store. So you can now pick it and save it or give it. So this is something like a multi-tenant. We can define multiple levels of storage and break our backup policies accordingly. Remote office production, I told you it has an automated replication. Any data coming to the one side will also get replicated to the other side. You can also replicate the data onto the cloud. Remember that. It also have an integration with the cloud. You can replicate the data onto the Amazon or Azure cloud. Workstation production, I mentioned the same solution can be used for server, the same solution can be used for workstation also. Nothing different, not like Symantec. VSR and Symantec or backup. We not like that. Same solution. And same functionality for laptop desktops also. Global deduplication, your forever incremental, block level backup, BMR, bare metal recovery, all these functionalities also supported for workstation. And again, here it says the integration with the tape. So you can back up to the disk and automatically migrate the data onto the tape also. This solution is majorly for Windows and Linux. But what are the servers which are on the Unix platform? Like AX, Unix or IBM sort of a platform. So there what you will do is we have an ARCserve backup. You can put an ARCserve agent there and protect them also. So it's not like that you need to buy a different product. Protect them also within our ARCserve backup technology. Only the different agent you need to install there. ARCserve backup agents. See, high availability already covered, but we want one more high availability, a little bit higher. Now I mentioned that one we have a DR where the image will be backed up locally and they will also be replicated DR. But we also have a one more product known as ARCserve replication and high availability. We call it ARCserve RHA. ARCserve replication and high availability. The earlier name of this product was Exosoft. This company has been acquired by CA, or you can say ARCserve 7 years before. Oh, sorry, 8 years now. Yeah, 8 years before. One of the leading host-based replication technology. One of the leading. This software is majorly to replicate the data in a real time for a very critical service. Where it comes to the picture. Again going to the terms which I defined RPO. Where I mentioned that it depends on the critical application. For example, you got a mail server, you got a database server which is being highly utilized. Every time the user writing the data. The backup solution, I told you that it takes a full backup and then it takes an incremental. But you need to define a policy. You need to define a policy. You can define, usually the company define a policy every day backup. Weekly full, daily incremental. Like Sunday let the full run and daily let the incremental run. If I have a backup 8 p.m. daily, so 8 p.m. my backup software will go there and back up the solution. Whatever the data has come there. What if this server is lost tomorrow? How much is going to be the RPO if I am doing daily one backup? What is my RPO going to be? My data loss. Very good answer. 24 hours. It can be 24 hours because I am running daily at 8 p.m. backup. What if tomorrow when the 8 p.m. backup is scheduled, before the backup is scheduled, server go down. And now I am trying to recover the data. Till what time I will be able to recover? Only till yesterday 8 p.m. Because that is when I did last backup. But till only last backup I will be able to recover. So you might be able to, you have a risk of losing a 24 hours of data in case of a daily backup. In the UDP you can actually increase this time. In UDP solution we have a every time you can actually say the backup schedule every 15 minutes. Every 15 minutes it will go there and see what are the updated blocks and take those blocks as a backup. Now in such solution how much is going to be your RPO? 15 minutes. Because you have a risk of losing only a 15-minute of data. Because every 15 minutes. Usually company don't put it 15 minutes because backup software has to go and do a snap and all that. Companies I prefer my customers to do every hour backup or every 4 hour backup. So if you are doing every hour backup in UDP, still you have a chance of losing a 1 hour data. But what about such applications which are being used every single second? Very SAP server and your CRM, your Salesforce and all those things. Oracles. You need to have a much more robust solution for them. We have the ARCserve replication and high availability solution for them. What this solution does is, it is not working on a backup terminology. It works on a real-time protection terminology. For example, you have a database server. You want to protect. You need to give me one more database server. It might be of a different hardware configuration, but software should be same. So you have Oracle, it should be Oracle. If you have SQL, you should need to be SQL. It can be in a same site or a DR site, different site. Now what I will do is, I will first time replicate. The term here is not a backup, now it's a replicate. I will first time replicate all data from A server to B server. One server will act as active and other server will act as a passive server. So active server is the one on which you are being, the one which your users are working on. Active server will replicate all the data to the passive server. All the data is available on the passive server. One-time configuration, and after that, any single byte which is hitting the server. User is there, he opened a file, he mentioned single word, he mentioned whatever it is, a single character is also a byte. As soon as he mentioned there, it will automatically go and replicate the other side. He opens the database, updated one transaction. As soon as he updated the transaction, it will also replicate the other side. Now the data is being protected in a real time. So there is no schedule in this case. So what is your RPO going to be in this case? Yes, the 0. Because anytime the server is lost, all the data is available also on the other server. This is majorly for the very, very critical applications. You want to protect such critical application? Use the replication in high availability. Replicate the data in real time. And also it reduces the downtime. Because we replicate the data in application consistent format and application aware format. If you are replicating the exchange data, it will be on the exchange on the other side. If you are replicating the SQL data, it will be SQL on the Oracle data, it will be Oracle on the other side. That means any data which is written by Oracle, it is also written on the passive server in Oracle format only. Answering the same buddy's question, who told me what is the difference between the replication which these NetApp and EMC gives and what we give. We give the application aware because we replicate directly from the database. We don't replicate from the hardware box in a raw format. When I replicate the Oracle data, I replicate in the same fashion and write it from the Oracle on the other side. The only difference is that the Oracle on the other side is in the sleep mode, is in the passive mode, standby mode. As soon as the primary server or the active server goes down, switch to the DR server, use it. No downtime. Because you don't need to run a restore process. In case of backup, you always need to run a restore process. Server is crashed, find where the backup is, run a restore. Restore might take 1-2 hours. But here no restore is needed because data is already available on a passive server. It is only in a sleep mode. Primary server down, go ahead and use it. So you are addressing both these terms, RPO, RTOs. Now you can define in your company that which particular application need only backup solution, which application need the UDP, image-based backup solution, and which applications are very critical which also need a real-time replication, ARCserve replication hybrid. And we provide all these three. We provide all these three. And that is where your complete picture of recovery management is addressed. All the picture. I will run a little bit fast on the slides. I know it's been late, so let me see if I'm missing anything. So this slide talks majorly about that, what I told about the replication and high availability. So you got servers in the primary side, you got a DR side. On a DR side, it's in a standby replica. You can see here, any server goes down, it will automatically start on the DR side. On the DR side, you can have a virtual machine. Primary physical, DR virtual, or vice versa. So it is completely a hardware independent solution. In case of a storage based replication, hardware dependent. If you have a NetApp on the primary side, you need to have a NetApp only on the DR side. But in our case, you can have a SAN on one side, you can have a SATA on the other side, or anything, any combination. No problem. So high availability, already mentioned, we can do a replication within LAN as well as within the WAN also. You can send it to a DR side also. And we got a continuous replication for most of the application and both Windows and non-Windows platform. There are a lot of other features also within the product which I might not be able to cover right now, like automated DR testing. We call other terms like a data rewind, which helps in case of a corruption. For example, a transaction which corrupted a data on the primary side is being replicated to a DR. So what will happen? It will corrupt the data on the DR side also. We have functionality of coming out of that corruption. I will give the example in this way. Now both the servers, we call them, are in sync. Anything happens on primary, will also. You deleted some file by mistake. By mistake you deleted a table on the primary side. What will happen? It will get deleted also to DR. Later it will, oh shit, it was a very critical transaction. I should have not deleted it. What will you do in such case? We have something known as a data rewind. You can rewind yourself. In such case also we can help you. Now that's also the functionality of this software. High availability to cloud. You can replicate the data in a real time directly to the cloud. You can do a high availability onto the cloud, like Amazon and Azure. That functionality is also possible. Physical and virtual, I told you failover and failback is possible. Virtual to virtual failback is possible. You have a physical to virtual migration. You can also use this software to migrate the data from physical to migrate a platform from physical to virtual. That's also possible. Because you can replicate a whole machine on physical to virtual. We also got a concept of full machine replication in a real time, where all the data including OS, application, everything can be replicated in a real time to the DR. That functionality is also possible in the software. So image-based backup I already mentioned. With the help of the UDP, I can take a whole image and with the help, and also do a deduplication. You can migrate them to tape, you can migrate them to cloud also those images, and bare metal recovery is possible. Anytime a server is crashed, you can recover a whole server back. Backup of VMware and Hyper-V, I already told we can do a host level backup. Without installing any software, I can do a host level backup, agentless backup of the virtual machine automatically. So this is majorly, and then the product overview. There are a lot of slides here. I should directly go to the licensing, because license is something very important you might be want to look at. So this is the recovery point server I was talking about. The recovery point server will act as a backup server. And you got a reporting, management, everything can be done from the recovery point server. Block level infinite incremental. Here we say that why we are different from the other solutions, we only need one time full, and after that I will always run an incremental backup. Incremental backup means only the updated blocks. I don't need to do a full backup again. Only one time full backup in this solution. Built-in replication, I already covered this. The UDP also have a built-in replication. Any image backed up with the local RPS, you can replicate to any spot. Advanced scheduling, you can schedule when the backup should happen, when the replication should happen. Agentless backup for VMware and Hyper-V, that's also possible. Unified reporting, we also provide a very good reporting in the solution. You want to know how many backups were successful, how many failed, how many deduplication you achieved. All these reports will be available in the solution. You can go from a small environment where you only have one site, or multiple environment where they have multiple sites. You can use the same solution for that. You don't need to go for it. And then tape is also inbuilt. You can replicate, you can migrate the data onto the tape. That's also possible. This is our old ARCserve backup software, which is majorly only used for, this doesn't include the, now you will say for the Unix Linux machine, or for the machine where you don't want to take a whole image level backup, you only want to take a backup of a single database. How is it possible? Using our ARCserve backup solution. This is our old backup, and want to take a data backup directly onto the tape. Where the companies, like certain companies have still those policy, like they want the data directly go to the tape, they want a SAN based backup, they want a NAS based backup, then they can go for our solution known as ARCserve backup. It also got a centralized management, it got a global dashboard, we support a SAN based backup which is known as a LAN free backup for both Windows and non-Windows platform. It can do some of the archiving also. It also includes the deduplication and encryption. SAN option is included. NDMP, people technical, they might know this term. This is NDMP is some protocol used by the NAS servers. We support such protocol also. Tape libraries we support. Please go ahead.
Could you say the cost of the 1 terabyte cloud server office?
I'm actually going to go into the licensing. There are others. I'm not going to give you the exact cost, but I will tell you what type of licensing we provide. Tape library option. Okay, and this is the last solution which I want to cover, the high availability and replication solution I mentioned. See, there are 3 different solutions, but they have managed from a single console. Don't think that there is a different software you have to go for. Or they got a single licensing. From the single licensing, you can opt all these solutions. Only replication, only backup, tape-based backup, or all the UDP, disk-based imaging solution. So this is the replication solution where it shows you a complete graphical picture, where it is replicated and where from it's replicated. It will show in a real time like this, it will show how the replication is working. I will show it in the demo also how the replication looks like, and then we have reports. You can group the scenarios, it will do a continuous data production, you can do an automated DR testing. The data which is being replicated, whether it is in a proper format on the DR side or not, that can be fine. Amazon cloud integration, you can replicate the data onto the Amazon cloud. It has got a WAN optimization where you can define. Like certain companies want to throttle the bandwidth. They want in the daytime it should utilize only less bandwidth, and in the night time let it utilize more bandwidth. My Exchange server replication should be prioritized. Let it utilize more bandwidth, but my file server application should be less bandwidth. So you can do this bandwidth throttling, we call it, in our replication solution. Encryption, when the data is being replicated, let it replicate in an encrypted format. That's also possible. So I'm running too fast, I know. But I need to cover this presentation. So this is all about the UDP, where we provide a graphical picture of mentioning that we got a recovery point server, which is the main heart of the solution, and then physical virtual. Now I'm going to licensing. Licensing is very simple in our solution. We talk about the 4 different licenses. We made it very simple. We have a standard, advanced, premium, premium plus, and workstation license. We have 2 types of opting licenses. One is server based or socket based, and the other one is capacity based license. If you say I want only a UDP, UDP image based backup, I already told you, image based backup of the machine, then you can opt for a UDP standard license. If you say I want a tape-based backup solution also, like I have some Unix machine, then you can go for a UDP premium license. If you have certain application servers, see only 2-3 file servers, you don't need to go for a UDP advanced, because UDP advanced is majorly for the applications. If you have an application, then go for a UDP advanced. If you only have a 2-3 file servers, then you need to go for a UDP advanced. You can go for UDP standard. If it is include application servers, then you go for a UDP advanced. If you also want a tape-based, direct tape-based backup solution, then you go for a premium. The premium license will give you UDP plus ARCserve backup. And then the 4th license is premium plus. The premium plus license includes all the products: UDP, tape-based backup solution, as well as real-time replication and high availability, ARCserve replication and high availability. So UDP premium plus license is the higher license, which includes all the products. So if you buy a UDP Premium Plus license, you are opted to use any component from ARCserve. Be it UDP image-based backup solution, be it tape-based backup solution, be it replication, be it high availability. No, we don't have a limit on user. So we have a limit on sockets on the machine. So if machine is having a 2 physical CPU sockets, then you need 2 licenses. If only single CPU socket, so per server 1 license. Fine. But now we have reduced that also. We have got 1 more license per server license. You have a 4 server, take 4 UDP licenses, no matter how many sockets these 4 servers have. No matter how much RAM they have, no matter how much processors they have. No matter what operating system is there on the machine. That machine is licensed. Now, the second license is very important for the customers who are a little bigger. Here I'm sure there are such bigger customers also. Terabyte-based license. You don't know, you have a 200 machine which you want to protect. On some machines you want UDP, some machines you want replication, some machines you want high availability, some machines you want tape-based backup solution. You will tell me, Nasir, I have got 200 machines. Give me a license for 200 machines. My first question to you will be, boss, leave the license for 200 machines. Tell me how much is the total data size. on 200 machines. How much is the total data size? I mean, now it will be around used data size. So let's say around 3 terabyte. I'll say take a license for 3 terabyte. When you take a license for 3 terabyte, you are opted to use it on the n number of machines. N number of machines. Then we don't count how many machines. And again, it's a trust-based license. If it is 3 terabyte today, if it becomes 3.2, the software will not stop. The software will still work. But you have to come to CA and say that I have increased 1 more terabyte. Earlier I was 3, now I am 4. Give me a license for 1 more terabyte. I will give plus 1 in that thing. One of the best licenses, a capacity-based license, starting from a 1 terabyte also. Take for your company 1 terabyte UDP premium license like this, premium plus license. So for 1 terabyte, you are opted to use any component from our side. Now answering this question, how much is the cost? No, I'm not really costing. I will get average the 1 terabyte premium plus Dhaka. I think in rupees. Yeah, you come back to me. It is very comparable. It's not that much. It's around 5 lakh taka or 4 lakh taka. I think 1 terabyte.
1 terabyte.
Yeah, 4 to 5 lakh.
8,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Arias.
Yeah, that's
Or 1 times.
Yeah, that now I already told you. It's between 4 to 5 lakh taka. 1 terabyte.
Per year or 1 time?
All the licenses are perpetual licenses. Means correct what I go. I need to make sure I'm telling you. I'm not really having the exact figure because I'm a technical person, not a sales person. I'll connect to the sales, but it's around somewhere around that. And again, our licensing cost differs. Say you tell me, Nasser, I only need 1 terabyte. The license cost might be 10. Then you say that I need 5 terabyte. For 5 terabyte, it might be 30. So then 1 terabyte you are getting only in 3. So the capacity you increase, the cost of 1 terabyte will increase. If you only say only 1 terabyte, then the cost will be higher. The size will increase, 15 terabyte, 20 terabyte, then the 1 terabyte cost will automatically go down. So we have caps like 1 terabyte, 2 to 5, there is a different cost, 5 to 10, there is a different cost, 10 to 15, there is a different cost. It's always different cost, okay. Now,
1 time or yearly?
Okay, you ask 1 time. Cost of license product is only 1 time. You buy 1 time, product is yours. Now you need to renew it. So for renewal, there is a cost, every company uses the same. You need to renew it. That renewal cost is 20% of the total cost. So if the total cost of the product is 10, right now, next year you need to renew it, you need to pay me 2. That time. If you don't renew it, the product will work. The product will not stop. Only you will not get a support from our side. If there is a technical issue, you call us, they will say, the product is expired, it's not renewed. You need to put it in the renew. Only for support. We have a customer. Doesn't mean that product has stopped working. You will not be able to renew it, you will not be able to upgrade it. Sorry?
No. Within 1 year, if we become more technical, then we don't need support from you.
But the thing is that, of course, you don't need support. I want my all customers become so technical they don't need a support from me. That saves my time on my job. But the problem here is what you want to upgrade. Earlier we used to have 16, now we have on 16.5. We gave UDP. So you will not get these upgraded versions.
Yearly renew. Yearly you have to renew.
You have to renew, then you can Initially you can buy the product with 3 years license, so you don't need to worry about 3 years also. So that type of licensing is also possible. And for virtual machines, we also got a very good option for the virtual machines. You can protect you can buy a single license for a whole box. Then all the VMs on that box will be automatically licensed. Is there 10 VMs or 20 VMs on that particular machine? All will be automatically licensed. So this is a little bit about, and then we got a support, when you are buying the product, you got a 24/7 support from CA. We got a toll-free number, we got a remote support, we got a chat support, we got an email support, we got all this support. You can open n number of tickets. You will get your login, you can log in and open n number of tickets anytime. So support is always there to help you. And this is all I wanted to cover from the presentation perspective. If no questions, that is the scary part, there should be questions.
One question.
Yeah, please.
What's the difference between home-based VM backup and the base snapshot?
Oh, we don't give the VM snapshot anyways.
No, difference. VM has its own package.
Okay, sorry, you're taking the VM home.
Yeah.
The major difference between the VM snapshot and what we give the host-based VM backup is when we are doing a host-based VM backup, we also understand what is there inside of it. The snapshot only allows you to recover the whole VM back. If the VM is crashed, you can recover the whole VM back. But what we allow you is not necessarily that always the whole VM goes down. Might be in the VM you lost a single file, you lost a single email, you lost a single database. We allow you to recover a whole VM back. Also, we want to allow you to recover a single file out of that VM. This is the one functionality. Second thing, the VM snapshot only allows you to recover that VM on the same hypervisor. We can allow you to recover that VM you had backed up using the host-based backup. You can recover it on the alternate hypervisor also. You can recover it on a physical machine. And then the functionality like deduplication, encryption, compression, which we provide, they will not provide it. There are a lot of things we can provide better than that. But the major functionality I told you, we also understand the data inside of it and allow you the granular recovery.
Is this software the hardware requirements?
You need to have a backup server, dedicated backup server. Hardware requirements, it should have Windows operating system. Only the RAM is good needed because the RAM we need for a deduplication. If we are not using a deduplication feature, then you can use a laptop class machine also.
And the implementation of the Windows and Linux is backed up, but if you mention the Mac operating is possible?
No. We support the Windows and Linux in UDP. The Mac is supported in the ARCserve backup solution.
For data reply, what is the task? It's byte or type?
For data replication. For the data replication is always a byte. Any single byte which hits the server will get replicated.
No. I want to know, say, lost any data from our secondary server. Then from the primary server, how it works? What is the task? It is depend on the data in 24 hours.
So we maintain some sort of a snapshots. So if the data got lost or corrupted at say 10 p.m., we provide you a multiple snapshots automatically. Now it shows you a time snapshot, like a snapshot at 9:50, 9:45. You can recover to 9:45, and you know that 9:45 there was no loss in the server. There was no corruption.
What bandwidth needs for the backend?
The bandwidth needed for the application is always depends on how much rate of change of application is happening, how much incremental data. You are a user on your database server, every day incremental comes 2 GB. But there is one more server, mail server or other server on which the incremental comes 500 GB. Then 1 GB replicating 2 GB, you need less file, replicating 500 you need more file. It depends on the rate of change. We have some tools inbuilt in our solution which understands how much is the rate of change of data, known as the assessment mode. So when you run that assessment mode, you get a report, how much is the rate of change of data, and then we can define a bandwidth accordingly. So this is the presentation part. I know there are a lot of things. See, I want to cover, I will be having a demo later also. I have a real-time demo, I will be showing the product. People who are interested, okay, people who are interested to know more about the product, I request please, you can directly drop in a mail to me for more videos, demos, docs. But if you want a demo online also, I can arrange an online demo for you. If you want a POC in your environment, say only for one server, you want a POC, I can go ahead. POC also, don't worry, don't hesitate. It's very easy. I can send you a trial link, download a software, and I will help you testing this particular software environment. For the demos, I can run the online demos from Delhi. I'm staying in Delhi, but I can run the online demos anytime. Yeah, please. Sorry? I will write it here, and I will also share it with you later. But if people are not joining later, I will share it. I have a cards also, but not be. I will not have these many cards, so that's why I'm sharing. So I'm giving you the very simple email ID. This also, we're still a part of CA now. So MIRNA is number 0, is number 2. Yeah, Mirna 02 at CA.com. Also got a bigger one, which will be working forever. That is My handwriting is very bad.
ca.com.
Yeah. Well, this is also one mail ID. Both are pointing to the same mail box.
nasirgul.me.
Me.
Dot is there.
It's only dot, yeah. There is a dot. So it's nasirgul.mir@arcserve.com. ARCserve, arcserve.com. More information about the product, all the information will be on the website, ARCserve.com. We have everything there. Everything. If you want to look at the website, whatever.
nasirgul.mir@.
ARCserve, the same word. ARCserve. ARCserve. ARCserve.com.
I think the session is finished. If you have any question for ARCserve and any other things, Nasir already told you the email addresses, and Aamra is, you already heard that Aamra is one of the partners with ARCserve. So any kind of requirement, any kind of local things, if you need to know us, please do let us know. Here our product managers is there, head of products is there. So if you have anything to know, if you want a demo also, so we will be serving you all these things. So you can directly contact with Aamra in the local part. So anything's requirement is there. They are supporting you, and we will definitely help you out to implement these things in local.
So first time always we want the first interaction with the Aamra because they will be locally representing us. So you have a query, reach to them, they will get match me. If they are able to address, they will address that.
You can also directly contact with him, no issues. That's not a big problem. But these are the things, and I think if anybody requires the email address and contact number, please do let us know. We will provide you.